I've taken note, yes, of the witch nutcracker on her station and the green nails. I noticed that. Yes.
Actually, my wicked nails. Thank you.
I see. I knew it.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
Hello.
You're amazing.
Good morning.
I saw it a couple weeks ago.
Oh, you came?
Oh, yes, I did.
Wow. Oh, thank you.
You were amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I loved it.
I'm loving it. It's so much fun. And it's challenging. The schedule's crazy, but like the theater is full of people that want to have an experience, and it's such an important piece of theater.
First of all, you walk in and it says Kit Kat Club, and then they give you a piece of tape to put over your phone, so you're not allowed to take any videos, anything. And then it's like you're really there in the Kit Kat Club. There's all these different performances going on. It's like a speakeasy where you can get alcohol, and then you go into the theater, and some people get to eat if you get those expensive seats, or you can sit in the back. It's just the coolest experience before the show even starts.
If you're in the back, you're going to bring your own food. I'm sure that's what... I just don't see the Kit Kat Club having people with bags of Wendy's and things. I don't know. But anyway,
I don't know if they're allowed in there with Wendy's, but come in with your...
Why not? Come on. I'd love to eat some nugs with barbecue sauce during Cabaret.
Maybe they should offer a discount if you bring your own fast food. I don't know.
Let me just bring everyone up to speed in case you're just... What are they talking about? Of course, Adam Lambert starring in Cabaret. Absolutely. And this role you're playing, the MC, I mean, it goes all the way back to Joel Grey from the 1960s, who won an Oscar for the film, as a matter of fact, and Alan Cumming, who won a Tony in 1988, and then Neil Patrick Harris and Michael C. Hall. And you know what? And every one of them made the MC role their own. And I've yet to see you. Danielle has. Did he make it his own, Danielle? Did Adam make it his own?
100%. And, going into it, I said, if anybody's going to do this well, it's going to be our boy, Adam. I knew it. And I was so excited to see you because I've seen it before.
Yeah.
And I actually played Sally in college. Which
nice.
Is crazy. Yeah. But it was everything and more. And it's such a serious, it's a fun show, but there's so much seriousness to the show, but it's also sexy, and you make it sexy, and it's fantastic.
I just love the big dramatic shift that we have from Act 1 to Act 2. Yeah. That's what's so crazy about the show, is that in Act 1 everything is about freedom and expression and debauchery and being a bit naughty and poking fun at everything, and then it just takes such a sharp left turn. And I think it's so meta. It's like meta upon meta, because it is about sort of like what's going on politically and socially in this country right now.
Yeah,
I mean, it's so kind of like in line with some of the things that we're all talking about. And we in the club, the rug sort of gets pulled out from under us, in that Act 2, all the story that happens in Act 2, because back in 30s Germany, where this story takes place, that's sort of what happened. People didn't really see it coming, and we're downplaying it, and we're in denial and going, it'll blow over, and then all of a sudden it just didn't.
Yeah. Wow. Of course, arguably one of the most important pieces of history in our world, and since the planet began spinning. But this is from the entertainer's point of view. This is a show going on when the world is just coming to a stop. But as far as a role goes, as the MC for you, Adam, I mean, this is different than anything you've ever done.
Correct. Correct.
How fun is fun the word? I don't think fun's the word. Stretching. Challenging. What's the word you use
There are
for this
moments
role?
of it that are absolutely ridiculously fun. There's a song in the show called Two Ladies that's just basically a big German orgy on stage, and it's so silly and it's so ridiculous, and we're all laughing the whole time. And I get off stage for that number every night just giggling. It's so funny, and we're just all being nuts. So there's lots of fun to be had in the show. And then, and like I said, in the second act, then it gets heavy. And so for this role, it's definitely like a big range. I have to go from ridiculous to very dramatic by the end. And I'm doing a German accent. That's the first time I've ever done that.
How'd you roll into that? Was that easy for
I
you
worked with a dialect coach.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if it's...
Teach us. Wait,
it's a little Eurotrash. I don't know how accurate it is. Sometimes it sounds French. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I sound like I'm from Eastern Europe. But it all works.
It's perfect.
Wunderbar. Yeah, wunderbar.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
And
it works with a V. It works.
Oh, it works. Yeah. So
Works.
every W is a V.
Yeah.
That was the first thing she told me. Yeah, but
Wow.
it's great too because I get a lot of like leeway to sort of improv in the first few scenes that I'm in because basically the MC is a narrator. He's the host of the night, so he's talking to the audience the whole time and sort of guiding them through the show. So I break the fourth wall. I get to look at people. I get to call people out and react to things that are happening, and that looseness is really fun.
Danielle, you played Sally Bowles. Maybe you could understudy.
Oh, yeah.
with
I'm going to
Adam.
go ahead and say probably not.
Why not?
But the girl who is, I never get her name right. Alihi. She is Moana in Moana. And she was fantastic, too. And
she's amazing.
I didn't realize she's not really British at first. I was like...
Her accent's brilliant.
Yeah, her accent's great.
She blew my mind. We got into rehearsals together because we were the replacement cast going in at the same time. And she's just like... She's so mad talented. Yeah. It's crazy. And, I thought when I heard, oh, it's the girl that played Moana, I went, oh, that's interesting. Like, a Disney princess in this show? I literally in my head went, Day one of rehearsal, I was like, oh, okay. This girl's the real deal. And she's so multifaceted. Like, you wouldn't, watching her, you wouldn't go, oh, she just did the voice of a Disney princess. Right. It's like... It's bananas how she transforms.
Technically, Moana is not a Disney princess, but okay.
Well, the guy in the first movie, he has that same argument with her, and he says that she is a princess. She's in a dress, and she comes from the tribal leader, so she is a princess.
And in the second one,
do they refute this?
In the second one, they actually say, "Still not a Disney princess," and then they say, "Well, a lot of people think you are."
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
I love this argument between Danielle and Adam. It's pretty interesting. By the way, Adam Lambert, just turning us on. Adam Lambert's here, starring, of course, as the MC in Cabaret. I don't know if you know this, but there's another production that's going on that's kind of huge right now. Adam, is it true you traveled with Wicked? Is this true?
Yeah, I was in the first national tour cast. I was an understudy for Fierro.
Whoa.
And I was in the ensemble. And so that was in 2005, I think it was.
Have you seen the film yet?
Yeah, it was beautiful. Oh,
there
it was
you go.
beautiful. I even wore my green today.
Yes,
See, I'm
I love
inspired.
it. Team Alphaba.
Yeah, Team Alphaba. It was the movie was stunning. It was absolutely beautiful. Blown away.
Something that you would love if you knew Danielle every day like we do. No, Danielle every day. She is.
I've taken note, yes, of the witch nutcracker on her station and the green nails. I noticed that.
These
Yes.
are actually my wicked nails. Thank you.
I see. I knew it. I knew. I could. I
she,
clocked it.
She's very enthused about Broadway in of itself. As a matter of fact, she goes to at least you do at least 3 shows a month.
Oh yeah, we go to a lot.
I mean, and so she's always out on the town, and that's why we love having you come by to talk about Cabaret, because we want more and more people to get back into the theaters.
Yes.
There are some people who still haven't gotten back since the pandemic, of all things.
I know.
Haven't gone back into the habit of filling up the house.
I gotta say too, it's interesting because you being on stage every night, and Cabaret is sort of an intimate setup. It's theater in the round, which is really interesting. We have audience on all sides of us, which is challenging and really cool. And it's interesting because there's always like 1 or 2 people in the audience that think they're in their living room and like just talking. They're like, hey, and I'm like, we can hear you.
Yes.
This is live theater. So, I think there are some people that still don't know the etiquette, but those are just a few exceptions. Most people are just our audiences are incredible. They're so interactive. They're so excited to be there and witness something like that. And I think in this day and age when most people do sit at home and watch TV, it's like live entertainment is so special. There's something so immediate about it, and it's like anything can happen and it's never the same twice. It's really cool to be a part of that.
When you're on the stage, either at a concert, at your own concert, or on a Broadway production, a lot of people in the audience don't know. You usually don't see people in the audience that well. But if you're doing it in the round like you guys are doing, you see them, as you're saying. They're right there. Yeah. And, do you interact with the audience very much?
I do. I definitely do.
It's a club scene. It seems like you would.
Well, yeah, and this role sort of, that's how he's sort of intended to be. He's talking directly to them. He's breaking the fourth wall, as we say. Like, the other scenes that are going on, they're supposed to be taking place like in different rooms and environments, so they don't acknowledge the audience because it's a story that we're all watching. But the MC is basically this like Svengali that kind of takes you through the story. So he looks at the audience a lot. And if someone makes a comment or laughs at something, or I will call them out, in the best way. And it's so fun. And then in the second act, when it gets a little bit more serious, there's moments where I won't go into too much detail, but what's very complicated and heavy about this show is when we do get into the subject matter of anti-Semitism and the Nazis coming into Germany. There's a number that I do that's basically like political social satire about people dating that are out of their religion. So there's a German woman that's dating a Jewish man and the challenges that come from that and what society says about it at the time. And I'm basically doing a number with a gorilla, which is supposed to be like a satire of how the Germans and anti-Semitic people would view a relationship like that. And there's a line at the end where I say, if you could see her through my eyes looking at the gorilla, she wouldn't look Jewish at all. And because the number is supposed to, at first, it's supposed to feel like this kind of silly vaudeville campy thing, people are kind of laughing at the beginning of it. And when we get into this monologue, it's actually quite serious. And some people, maybe they had too much schnapps at the bar. Maybe they're not quite listening or paying attention. Every once in a while you get someone that's like not with me on that, and they'll laugh at that line, which is very not funny. Right. It's very sad what it's actually saying. And there have been a few times where someone's laughed in a very inappropriate way at that punchline where everyone else is quiet, and I just stop and I look at them in the audience and I get very quiet and I point at them and I ask the question again, or I'll laugh back at them with like mimicking them. Yeah. And it's very confrontational, but that's what's so brilliant about Cabaret is that it is confrontational. That's what the show's about. It's about saying, hey, are you paying attention? Or are you complicit and ignorant to the things that are going on around you?
Well, see, that's what's so refreshing about Cabaret in the Kit Kat Club is you can do that. And that was a big story in Page 6, by the way.
Yeah, Joel Gray was talking about it.
Down, I go, hello.
Yeah.
Are you listening to what we're talking about? Right. You're laughing here at something you don't understand.
Well, and it always cracks me up because I'm like, you saw the swastika earlier. Like, you know where we've gone now, right? It's gotten real. Yeah. But that's what I love about Cabaret is it makes you think. It is not just like a little silly, bucket of popcorn that you walk away with. It really stays with you and it makes you go, huh, by the end.
I feel like at the end of the show, like you said, everyone's having a great time, act one, and then we take a turn. I feel like when I was there, it was after everyone clapped and we were standing ovations and everything, it was kind of silent when everybody was leaving. Like people weren't like hooting and hollering like they do from a lot of shows. I think you're right where you're thinking about it and going, wow, that was kind of heavy at the end. That was,
that's
there's
good.
a lot of stuff tackled in there.
You get your mix of drama and comedy in this one. Yeah.
We need things to think about.
Yeah.
This
show gives you all. Abortion is a big theme. It's very right now in so many ways. Yeah. And fascism and the economy and all the things that sort of we're talking about in society right now are in this piece. Yeah. And it's interesting because it was written in the 60s. So it's just, it continues to be relevant, And we got to meet John Kander the other night, the original composer of Cabaret. He came to the show. He's 97.
Wow.
What did he say about the show?
He loved it. He was so supportive. They were celebrating sort of an anniversary of how many years this thing has been going. And he was lovely. It was really nice to talk to him.
And when are you in it until?
I'm in the show until the end of March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then what? Okay, let's talk about and then what?
And then what? I don't know yet. I want to, get back to my own music too. I love making my own stuff. So I think I'll have some music out and hopefully some shows coming up and, get in front of people as me again. Take the German accent away.
A trip to a beach would be nice. I mean, you got to take some time out.
I will definitely take a vacation.
Do you get off at all for the holidays or no? Because you're in the show. You're in the show.
Okay, let's talk about
the Broadway folks work our butts off, man.
Let's talk about it.
Serious.
It's crazy.
And a lot of people don't understand what goes into being a part of a Broadway production. I mean, and how many performances per week you're doing. So how many are you doing in Cabaret?
I'm doing 7 a week.
Oof.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's full on. I get one. Yeah, technically there's 8 shows a week, and I get a little extra bonus show off every week, which is very generous of them. But we all, as a whole cast, get 1 day off a week, which is Mondays, and then it's announced online in case anybody's wondering, but like which shows that I have off. But it is full time. And that's the thing that's so beautiful about Broadway. I missed it. I missed working with theater people. Theater people are not there to get rich. The people performing on stage or all of our incredible crew, they're doing it because they love it. You have to love it to come into work every day. And so you're working with people that genuinely want to be there, that love the art of theater. And that is like, that's such a great family to be a part of.
Yeah.
You know, you meet up with a lot of actors who do these big movies and films, and they make a lot of money off this and that and off the back end, this and that. And then they'll go, okay, I made my money. I need to go do some Broadway for a while. No one's doing Broadway to become a billionaire.
No.
You're doing it because you love the art of what you're doing. What's up, Nate? Okay. Turn the mic on there, Scary.
He's got questions.
Use that mic right there.
Okay, we have borrow Adam's mic.
All right. So I have a question when you were talking
Sure.
about doing 7 shows a week.
Yeah.
Okay, is it like football, right? Like, let's say you twist
It's
your
nothing
ankle.
like football.
I wouldn't throw football in there.
No, what I'm trying to get to.
Okay, go.
Let's say you twist your ankle getting off stage and you can't do the show for 3 days. Do you go on like the injured reserve list and they still pay you and you just sit at home and eat bonbons? Or like, okay, sorry, Adam, you're not doing the show. You're not getting a paycheck. How does that work?
No, we're very well taken care of if there's injuries and stuff. Yeah, I mean, the theater union's pretty badass. Equity does a good job. So, but there's understudies for everybody. I have 2 understudies. All the main roles have understudies. And then there's what they call swings, which are basically in the ensemble, they learn 3 or 4 different people's traffic and parts. So everything's always covered. It's a very finely oiled, well thought out system for that.
Good.
I mean, there's stories of people that like, someone got injured, in the first month and they're still on medical leave and still being paid. Yeah, that does happen.
I want one of those.
So everyone's very well taken care of. Yeah, which is
By the
really
way,
nice.
standing ovation to Nate for the use of the term bonbons.
I know you said it, and I went, "Ooh, that sounds tasty. I want some bonbons." Yeah.
God, I wish I could twist my ankle and sit out for a couple of nights and eat some bonbons. That sounds like a lot of friggin' fun. Scary has a question too. What's your question, Scary?
So when someone's made it in another medium first, like doing music or TV or film, and then they come to Broadway, how are they? How are they received? How are you received?
Yeah, are you
personally
taken
in your show?
seriously as a Broadway actor? Then
I think
are they open?
I think everybody that's in the community probably raises an eyebrow and go, okay, is this sort of stunt casting just to sell tickets? Can this person cut it? I'm lucky that I started in theater, so it took a second, and I went, oh yeah, this is what it's about, and this is what's required, and so I think I had an advantage that way. I'm not like a newbie. It had just been 15 years since I had done a show, but it's I mean, I think there's some people that sign up for it and probably get into a run and go, oh shoot, this is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot, and you have to learn how to pace yourself, and you have to learn how to take care of your voice and take care of your body and get your rest. And I've definitely gone out maybe a total of 4 times in the past 4 months. I mean,
do you miss it? Do you miss going to the clubs?
Oh.
I got it in over the summer, so I really
He's okay.
I had a wild summer, so I'm good. I'm really good. Yeah.
I feel like at
Very
the end
cool.
of the night, especially that show, it takes so much out of you emotionally. I can't even imagine how you do it twice in one day.
Two in one day is hard. Yeah, it's hard because you have to. I tend to want to nap in between to kind of reset a little bit and to kind of go, okay, let's do this again.
Yeah, wow.
But it's wild. It's wild and it's a lot of work. But again, the minute the audience starts applauding, it's like, yeah, okay, this is why we're here, and it's great.
That's it.
It
We hear
feels
that
really
from all
good.
of our friends who do Broadway and do other forms of media as well, or entertainment as well. It's that interaction and live energy from that audience. We cannot get it anywhere else.
No, you can't.
Nope.
And it's, I mean, I get definitely when I'm on tour, with my music or with Queen, it's a similar type of response. It's great. But I it's funny. I got out of theater back right before I did American Idol, and my desire at the time was, oh, you know what I really want to do is I want to be me, and I want to make art from my point of view and as Adam, and I wanted that type of freedom. And now after having done that for a long time, there's actually a lot of freedom in getting to dive into and get lost into a character. It's like the opposite. Like now I'm like, oh, now I'm finding the freedom in the other way of getting to play this bizarre little Eurotrash German guy. You know, it's like it gives me permission to sort of, you know, explore certain things that I don't get to explore as a pop star.
So doing a Broadway play and a musical, that's a reset in and of itself.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I got to play I Don't Care Much. I think that's the one we should play. Is that the one we should play?
That's the one we have. Yeah. It's the only one we can play. Yeah, that's it. It ain't an album, it's a single.
I guess that's the answer.
But this is really exciting. We sorry Elvis. We decided to get into the studio and record a version of one of my songs in the show. It's my last song that I get to sing in the show, and it's really, it's like a torch song. It's really beautiful. And this is, again, in the second act when things are sad, and it's a song about indifference and sort of just kind of saying, I give up. Like, and look, I don't know, depending on your political affiliation, I won't go too far into that, but the day after the election, I know we all felt some kind of way. Mm-hmm. And those of us that didn't feel great about it, we recorded this like right around election week, and an accompanying video. And I kept going back to like how I felt, how a lot of the people that I know in my community felt. And it's this feeling of like, you're kind of like, I don't know what else to do except I just say, I guess I don't care now, as a coping mechanism. So this is a very bittersweet, melancholy, jazzy little tune. It's jazzy.
It could be applied to many, many things and many facets in your life.
Absolutely.
And there you go. Adam Lambert, the MC in Cabaret.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.